Hey, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. My name is Tamiko. I have a nonprofit called Shades of Glory. I'm also in the process of writing a book, also called Shades of Glory, and it talks about the various shades we go through as women: cool, warm, dark, truth, and then light. I'm going to break that down for you, why the Lord instructed me to write this book. Um, as women, we go through various stages in life where we tend to lose ourselves. And this book was designed because I started to lose myself. I didn't know who I was, and I knew that I had like this greater purpose. I started to read about various women in the Bible, Deborah, Esther, Queen Vassity. I just wanted to understand women's place in life, not just in church, but just in life in general. So I started to read these various scriptures to kind of get myself motivated and filled with wisdom and understanding, but yet I still didn't get it. I've been writing this book for like 5 years. The Lord has been waking me up, giving me little inserts to write and jot down in this book. This book was compelled because as a woman, I went through all these stages. I went through the cool stage where I became a mother at a young age. Then I became a wife. And then I became a Christian. So it was a lot of things. I became. When I say I became, these are all things that happened, and I was kind of compelled to go into this road. No one forced me into Christianity. I want that to be clear. But what I'm saying, it was a lot of change that takes place. So this is when I started to kind of not know who I was. Like I was a wife, a mother, and then I became a Christian, so that was another change that took place in my life. And during that cool stage is like I said, we don't know that we're slipping away, but we're slipping away because everything seems normal, but it's not normal. It seems like, oh, okay, this is the life I'm supposed to live. I'm supposed to be a wife, a mother, an employee. If I go to church, I'm supposed to be a Christian. Whatever life that you're living, this is for you. This book is not just for Christians. I just want you to know that. Then we get into a stage where it's called warm. And how many of us have had fevers? Fever is a sign of an infection. And during this stage, we are infected, meaning that something is definitely wrong, but we don't seem to know what it is. And that's the part where we've lost ourselves, but we don't realize we lost ourselves, but we lost ourselves. In this moment, we get a fever because we're like, okay, this is not who I am. And don't get me wrong, we change, we evolve as we get older, but we're never supposed to lose our purpose, our hopes, and our dreams. Just because we become a mother doesn't mean that we stop breathing. There are some of us like myself. I became a mother, I became a wife, and I stopped living. I just became the wife, the mother, and the pastor's wife, an employee. There was nothing else going on in my life. And I knew I wanted to do other things, but I felt that this was my destiny. So kudos to the women that's never fell in this position, but I fell victim to this position, and I wanted to share because I found out I'm not the only woman that this has happened to. So this is what the warm stage of that chapter of the book is about. Then there's the dark chapter, and that's when everything goes dark. We are here. We are in this position. We don't like it, but we don't know that we don't like it. We're miserable because we feel like everyone is living their life except us. We're just here, null and void, no purpose, just to be a wife, a mother, employee. And if you go to church, a pastor's wife, or a member of a church, and you just feel so empty and voided. And that's when you become dark, you become depressed, you become bitter, and you become angry. And in order for us to get out that stage of darkness, we have to own our truth, meaning we have to accept and evaluate that this is not what God wanted for us. This is not the plan God had for my life. This is not the plan he had for our lives. He said, be fruitful and multiply. He said, the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. The God I know and the God I serve is rich, and he has mansions on top of mansions. And he has wealth on top of wealth. And he wants us to have. But I didn't feel like I had anything. I just had what I felt the world thought I should have. I'm a homeowner, white picket fence, family dog, It's more to life than that. It's so much more to life than that. And I had to accept the truth that I wasn't happy. Like, it wasn't things that my husband did. These are things that I accept, because this is the things that I thought was the right thing to do based on what I was taught. And we're only taught, we learn from our mothers or whoever raised us, our grandmas. This is what I taught. So being a mother, or being a mother in general, it doesn't come with a manual. So my mother is teaching me based on her experience of what her mother taught her. So she's telling me how to be a mother and telling me how to be a wife, and I'm following those instructions. But yet I don't fit the mold. And that's when we start to go through these stages: cool, warm, dark, truth, and then light. And I started to go through these stages, and I became very miserable. And I was like, I don't want to be here. Like, I don't like it. And I actually started to take a stand against certain things in my home and in my marriage. It did cause a little friction, but I had to do what was best for me. And I had to explain to him it's not personal. I just gave up on life. Like, my kids went to college. I never finished, I just got an associate's degree, but it was so much more that I wanted to do, but I never did it because I was so worried about everybody else. I was so worried about my family that I never lived. And I had to own this truth that nobody forced me into this. I could have said no, and I could have said, I'm going to school and I'll figure out how the kids are going to be babysat. I could have worked all this out, but I just sat home and did wifely duties with no gun to my head. So I had to accept the truth on that. And that's a lot of us. And the book goes deeper than that. It's so many examples of owning our truth. And once I accepted the truth, I was able to walk into the light. And the light is my purpose. The light is my purpose. And I would never be live on a video telling you about a book in a scarf with no makeup on, anything of that nature. But I feel compelled to tell you today, the God I serve is just awesome. He is awesome. Do you understand me? And because of him, I am on this video today telling you that you can get up from your situation and you can unmute yourself and use your voice, because change is a choice. And I choose change as my choice. I chose it. But I would not been able to have chose change as my choice if I did not self-identify these stages that I went through. And then talking to other women, I'm not the only woman that's been through this and is still going through this, and they don't know how to get out. So this book was designed for every woman, regardless of what race, nationality, shape, size. It doesn't matter. This is for you, because we've all been in a place called stuck. And that's why the book is called Shades of Glory. And I named my nonprofit organization after the book, called Shades of Glory, because we are women of various shades, but we go through the same thing. The same thing. And it's all for his glory. It's all for a better purpose. That's why it's called Shades of Glory. Just look at what's going on today. We got Kamala Harris as the vice president, a woman. Shades of glory. We are all women of different races and different background, but we are God's glory. And I want you to know today that you are going to get up from a situation called stuck. You're going to get up and find your purpose, find your direction, and find your voice. Let me tell you something. I don't speak well. I'm not a public speaker. I don't preach. I don't get on the microphone. I don't do live videos. I don't do none of that because I don't have any confidence in myself. And I feel like I don't speak well, and I feel that my speech is not the greatest, and I stutter, and I just felt like I had a speech impairment. So I didn't feel equipped. But I thank God because he gave me enough courage to do this video. It's not edited. This is raw and uncut. This is who I am. And I want you to know that you are going to be able to get up. I'm telling you. And when I finish this book and publish this book, you're going to be like, this was an awesome book. And I'm not just saying it because I'm the writer, I'm the author. I'm not the author. I'm just the writer. God is the author because he has given me step-by-step instructions about this book. I had a women's group. It was called I Am My Sister's Keeper. I just want to tell you a quick story about that. I Am My Sister's Keeper. And when the Lord told me to make myself official, he had told me to change the name, right? And I went to the organization that I'm paying to do my tax exempt and all that stuff to get my business, my bylaws. And I gave them I Am My Sister's Keeper. After the Lord told me not to use that name. The next day they called me back and they said, do you have something else that name is taken? We can do I Am My Sister's something, something. And I said, no. I said, the name is Shades of Glory. And she said, wow, you came up with that fast. I said, no, that was the original name that the Lord gave me. So when you called me back and told me that that name was not available, I knew for sure that God had spoke to me about this book and about this organization. So I know that this book is ordained by God. And it's going to bless so many people's lives because we've been muted for so long, so long. We've been seen and not heard for so long. And it's okay. It's not a disrespect to our husband if we use our voice. It's not a disrespect to our husbands if we become empowered. It's not a disrespect. It's an encouragement. And it also makes your house look good. It makes your husband look good because you guys are walking in unity. He is serving the Lord. He's doing his purpose and you're doing yours. And it's nothing wrong with that. And that's what I call a power couple. When the man does not have a problem with the woman stepping out and going forth in what the Lord has called her to do, that is a power couple because we are building together. You have a purpose. You're not just supposed to be a wife, a mother, an employee, a business owner. You have a purpose. And I am going live to tell you, your purpose is to use your voice. Use it. Trust me when I tell you, it's going to be a blessing to other women. My goal is to go out and get somebody else. That's what I'm doing. I'm just going back and grabbing somebody else's hand. And guess what? Every time we grab somebody's hand, somebody grabs somebody's hand, we become chains linked across the nation, hand by hand, connecting the dots of change. Because we are now unmuting ourselves, empowering ourselves and empowering others to go forth and do what the Lord has called them. So today is your day to rise above it and go and do what the Lord has told you to do. And I thank you. And hopefully you get the book when I publish it. Once again, the name of the organization is Shades of Glory. I am working on the website. But you can look us up by email, shadesofglory1@outlook.com. Email me if you have any questions or whatever, and I look forward to speaking to you guys soon. But don't let nothing stop you. Nothing. I don't receive any donations. I've been running this nonprofit by myself, using my own funds. And when I tell you, I still have been a blessing to others, and my well has not run dry. Don't worry about what's in your pocket. Get it out your pocket because God is going to put something back in your pocket. My bank account never goes to zero. Never, ever goes to zero. And I have spent my money on others and God has blessed me on the other end. So I'm telling you, whatever the Lord has called you to do, don't be fearful. Don't doubt or think about. Just do it. Just do it. That's all I'm saying. Just do it. Like the Nike commercial says, just do it. Just go out there and do it. Get it done. Use your own money. It does not matter. The Lord will bless you. Later on, hopefully we'll receive donations. But right now, the donator is me. And it still ain't going to stop me from being a blessing to nobody else. I'm still going to do a book bag drive. I'm still going to do a toy drive. Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day. I'm still going to give because I got a bigger purpose. So unmute yourself. Use your voice.